Hello, hi, welcoming in this video or in this lecture. We gonna learn in this complete lecture towards Autodesk Revit. So before going to the Autodesk Revit, we want to learn about the history as well as the introduction part to the Autodesk Revit. Basically, this software has been founded on the year of 1997. Then over a period of time, so then Autodesk company which is acquired this software, and in the year of 2012 then later it's been become very famous in the industry. So now it's one of the major key factor in the field of engineering, in the field of architecture, maybe a civil, maybe a MEP. So now this software is rolling or taking one step ahead from all the design aspects, right? So now why do we want to learn this software? There are plenty of other software which is available in the industry, right? Why particularly we want to learn the Revit? So basically the first is now industry itself requires the BIM. That means industry standard for building information modeling. That means now the 2D drafting or maybe the 3D drafting from the AutoCAD has some limitations. So which this Revit software has surpassed this limitation and become the major role in this particular area. So of course then obviously this software has the improved design and the visualization with the accuracy. If you consider this, definitely you should learn this course. Say assume in the olden days we used to write the drawings in the paper, and we used to make all the changes in the pencil, and there are many lot of time we supposed to spend to just make one simple drawing. Then there is evolution of AutoCAD has been taken place. The same projects can be executable in the AutoCAD. Say for example you are having 1,200 square feet of projects. You want to prepare all the details. If you want to say you want to plan the floor plan, you want to see the section, everything you want to define, or maybe you want to design in the AutoCAD. Let us say assume you are required 10 hours. Now switching to the Revit, the same project, same design spec and everything details that can be completed in a 1 hour. So that's the revolution is going has already started in the in the software, especially the Revit. So this has majorly made the time saving and accuracy and all the features which has made Revit to be one of the top software in the industry. Then of course this software is majorly used by the architects as well as the engineers. If you consider these all the parameters, definitely you should learn this software, I would say. Yeah, the next is we want to see what are the differences between the Autodesk Revit and the Autodesk AutoCAD. Basically I have outlined major, there are four properties which we can compare each to each. So one is the Revit. It stands for the building information modeling. Basically the walls, for example if you are creating any walls in the Revit which has some specific details. Say for example you're building one wall, that means it's a brick or maybe a concrete. Every details has been pre-decided in the software, that is works as the building information modeling. Whereas in the CAD you can able to draw only the 2D drafting and the 3D modeling with a specific or maybe the limited detailing in particular point. But whereas Revit which operates on a parametric modeling system, that means when you are drawing some walls or maybe any floors in the floor plan or maybe in the 2D plan, at the same time in a real time the 2D floor plan will converts and it shows in the 3D as well, that we can achieve. That is basically we call it as a parametric modeling. Of course in the Autodesk it's not like it's interconnected, so it's a geometry based. That means the lines and the shapes which are independent, that means you have to make all the changes. Say for example you are making one floor plan here, again you have to create one more the elevation part, that have to do manually. That's how the difference is. The next third one is like collaborative workflows. Basically this Revit which allows you to work around the world. Maybe when you are connecting to the internet, or maybe in a server, which allows you can work, or maybe you can share one particular drawing to many other feature, I mean many other fields. So say for example, you are an architect, you can make the floor plans, and then you can send it across to the structural engineers through a server. Then he can make the changes, and he can upload, or he can give the inputs, and he can design the drawings in a real time. Then again, the same drawing can be shared with the MEP teams. They can also work in the real time. So all collectively becomes in a single file. So the overlapping of each other becomes very much compared to the Autodesk. So this is majorly the advantages which has made, right? Then if you consider the Autodesk and AutoCAD, basically this is an file based work. That means it doesn't have the collaborative workflows, but it works as a file. If you are sending the file to somebody else, he has to download and he has to work on particular point. Then again he has to share with the source guy, or maybe the source point. The next is the Revit. Of course, uses the rich data. That's already told in the first point. Revit has the pre-decided or predefined particular families. That's the walls, doors, and windows, columns, beams. Every detail has been predefined. So you just need to simply has to do is use the family, build the project, and get out of the project. That's the advantages of Revit has. Say for example, if you're going to the CAD, then there is not much these kinds of feature is available, or this is geometry based. That means you are taking the lines, you are making the columns, you are making the walls. That's all. Basically these are the parameters which we have made, or we have compared each other. So this is definitely gives the positive comparison. So that means Revit has the much advantages over the AutoCAD. So as of now, we have seen the introduction, then we have seen the why we want to learn the AutoCAD. Then the last ones we have seen the what are the differences between the Revit as well as the AutoCAD. So hope you have understood all the introduction class see about the Revit and why we want to learn and what are the users. Yeah. So next is we want to understand how the Revit user interface is gonna look, and what are the features which has added in the dashboard. In order to access, or in order to open the Revit, you just need to simply double click on the application. It will open you this way, and once it get opens, so you're gonna able to see this kinds of dashboard. So once it's taking a time, yeah. Yes, so now you can able to notice once if I click on the Revit application, it gonna opens me this way. So basically you have, there are two. One is the models and the families. The models and the families. That means models is the area where we work and we create the building. Say for example, you are making one building, or maybe one apartments. That means you are using the walls, you are using the windows, you are using the slabs. That is, we call it as the families. That's okay. There are two different types. Whenever you want to create any new projects, you always want to make sure that you have to click on the new. So if I click on the new, you can able to notice there is an dialog box or gonna opens for you. So as of now, we are just selecting the architectural template, and make sure that you are creating a new, or if you are having any project template, you can use this. I'm selecting on the project new, and simply I need to click on the OK. So now if I click on this, you will gonna open, or you will gonna see this complete dashboard where you can work Revit models or Revit software, the plan. So now once you open, you're gonna have this kinds of interface, okay, where you have the file option. Here you can have the new file, or maybe I can just open the new project. Once again, it's gonna ask me the which template you want to choose. Say for example, you have not chosen any template, then you simply click here. So you can able to see that there is a two metric system, or maybe the measurement system is gonna open for you. There's imperial and the metric, whichever you want to, you can just select. Then you have to customize a lot according to your requirement. I'm just making sure that you should always select any one of the templates before starting the any building. So you simply click on the OK. Now once if I click on the templates, you can able to notice this kinds of is on a user interface. This in the left side you have the particular properties panel. This is a, for example, if I wrote any simple on wall here, so you can able to notice if I simple if I suppose if I click on, clicking on this particular wall, in the left side you are going to have the complete details of this particular wall and which level, what is base offset, what is the top constraints, and every details. And I mean these details we will learn in the upcoming session. I'm just giving the overview. Okay, if I clicking on outside of this particular area, you will find the properties, right? Then you have, this is, we call it as the viewport or the elevations, and this is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west. These are the major elevations that is helpful for us and giving the elevations, if I want to say. Then you have the side that is called the floor plans. Then you have the level 1, level 2 and side, and then you have the ceiling plans. Then I'll explain in details in the upcoming session. And you have the elevation. Say for example, if I'm simply clicking on the east section, simply as of now I wrote the, I have drawn one wall, so it is showing in the east side. This is how it's gonna looks in this, right? Then you have the legends, right? Legend section you have. Basically legend section is like, now what kind of points you want to showcase, what are the things you want to, to say general notations or general point, those kinds we can add here. Then we can say this is basically schedules. So that means what is the number of doors, number of windows, and what is the quantity of the other parameters like concrete quantity, what is the window type, number of door. Then every details we can able to achieve or we can able to see in the schedule of quantities. Then sheets. See, sheets is the thing where you will find there are many different drawing systems or drawing which is available, that is A0, A1, A2, A3 and A4. Those kinds of sheet family we used to say. Next is the family. So families, that is these are the families which are included in this particular projects. These are the families already pre-decided and it's already made. So these are the families you can with the help of these families you can work in this project. So right, so next if you don't want, you can just minimize here. Then you have the groups, this details and the model. This is I'll explain in the coming section. So these are the major dashboard. In the top, if I go to the top, you have the architectural panel in the, and as well as the structure and the steel and systems and the system. These are the major four tabs you have. There you can start the building modeling, right? Then the annotation. This is you can give the details to the beam object. So that means, say for example, in the if I want to go here level, where is this? Yeah, this level. So this level I have wrote the one I have drawn the one of the wall. For this you can measure from here to here, what is the distance, right? That I can measure. These kinds of detailing part I can just go through with this the annotation part. And you have the analyzer. This basically majorly works for the structural and as well as the HVAC system. Then massing and the site, basically if you want to create the landscape, to say you have built the one building in the center, but you wanted to showcase on the surrounding part as the greenery or the earth, then you can use this massing and site. You have the topo, surface and many other features which we will explore each by each. Then you have the collaborate option. This basically, as I told you in the initial stage, collaboration works on the globally. You are an architecture, you hosted one drawing, but you wanted to share across with all the MEP teams or structural teams. This gonna works here. Then here the view panels, and this is we will explain or we will understand in detail. Then you have the manage tabs, and then you can make, or maybe you want to do some of the changes or create a creation of some of the what I can say elements, all those can be understood here or maybe managed here. Then you have the these are the I'll take you in the later. As of now I'm not taking anything much here. These are the major user interface you're gonna see here. This is as usually there is not much is included. I mean to say it's much complicated. This is very simple and clear dashboard. Everybody can able to understand this. And then if I scroll down, you have this scaling. If I want to change the scale, I can change, and I always keep the 1:100. Then if you want to say, for example, you want to see the projects or objects which you have drawn here in very detail, that I can show, I mean that I can change. As of now is a course, and then if I want to make sure that if I want to make wanted to see in a course, is fine, or medium is fine. Then if I want to see in the fine detail is possible. Then again in the BIM, if I want to see this should be in the wireframe is fine. I want to see in this, sorry, in the wireframe, if I want to see, you can just click here. Or else if you want to see in the hidden line, you can click here. I better always used to go to the 3D and then you'll feel. Now I'll click on the shaded. See, look at this, it looks in the shaded form. Or maybe if I want to go if I want to see in the consistent color, if you change or rotate here, the same color is gonna see. Or if I want to see in the shaded, here, see, this is one color is gonna change, this is looks brighter. This then you have the realistic. So if you want to see the projects or objects in the realistic format, you can see. Then you finally have the ray tracing. So this ray tracing as of now is not required. This is basically inbuilt. Revit has the inbuilt rendering, that is V-Ray. That is as of now is not required. I'll close this. Okay, and then I'm just going for the sun path. The sun path I'll explain in the coming session. Then you have the shadows, then you have the crop view, then you have the temporary. Suppose if you are made any hidden objects in particular levels, we can able to look in here. Then again the reveal hidden elements is fine. Then and these are the major minute details which is you can access from here. As we once we start the projects, you definitely you can able to understand in one by one. And here as well, then I think this one, yeah, this is underlay. This is one of the useful tool. Then pin, and yes, yeah, most of them we have seen the dashboard. Basically this is has very clean and clear dashboard for understanding purpose as well as the design. Yes, so this is the major overview, or maybe the over the front look of the Revit. Then we have the families. So then if I want to create if I want to open any families, you should make sure that you have any families already downloaded in your system. Then you can open the family. Basically families we will explore in the coming section as well, how to create the families and how to create or how to change the parameters, everything we'll understand. And there are two types of Revit files. So say for example, if you open the new file Revit, say for example I'm choosing the construction template, sorry, architecture template, I'm simply clicking here. Revit gonna save the file. Say for example I'm just simply clicking on the Control S. See, the project file is going to save in the .rvt, that's Revit file. This is an project model or project type. Say for example if I am new, or maybe I'll go back, I'll simply select on the new Revit families. This is basically file saves the files in the .rft. So there are two types of the family, I mean the files. One is the .rvt and the .rft. These are the major two change the files which in Revit we use more, right? So hope you have understood the user interface and as well as the major what is the what the section is available, and what are the properties, maybe the property section, and you have the project browser and as well as the property section. This is majorly we call it as the project browser. This is we have the levels and of different then you have the ceiling plans and you have the elevations, and you have the legends, schedules, sheets, family, and groups. This is the entire project browser. This is with the particular element or maybe the particular property browse the tab. So yeah, so hope we have understood the major introduction across, which includes the user interface and differences and many more. Yes, let's catch up in the next module.